Welcome back to another episode. As you can see, today I have a special guest, Lauren Blake.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Of course. Today we're going to be talking about friendships.
The most important thing.
So being in LA and being in like the big scene and Hollywood and whatnot, do you find it hard to like find a genuine friendship?
Yes and no. I mean, there are a lot of people in this city that are, don't have your best interest in mind. But I feel like I personally got really lucky. I found the best friends in LA. And part of that came with the timing. So when I first moved to LA, you're looking for friends, and my friends were also new to LA. So we're like, oh, you want to be friends? Let's be friends. So personally, I got really lucky, but I've made amazing relationships with lots of women, other influencers, people who just work normal jobs here in LA. And I found that it's really not that hard as long as you know how to weed through people and read them. You develop a good read on people when you've been here.
Kind of pick up what they're, Mm-hmm. So I've kind of had a little bit more of issues, but I also don't live in LA currently, and most of my friends don't live in LA anymore. But I think my issue is all the good friends and genuine friends I made in LA moved away, or they got in serious relationships and they left. But I guess now I don't really come to LA that much to try to make new friends. Yeah. Maybe my issue is I'm more closed off, but I have heard that you can find genuine people if you are actually looking and trying.
Yeah, exactly. If you're just like you said, if you're looking and trying for new friends, that will come. You go out, you meet girls, you find their energy matches yours, and then you just hey, let's get lunch, hey, let's hang out, literally anything. It's like dating.
You just gotta weed through, because there will be people that we're like, yeah, let's get lunch, and then they just, you never hear from them again.
Yep, that too. And I have had my fair share of girls that I thought were oh, maybe this could be a potential new friend, let's hang out, and later down the road, they revealed themselves as not the best type of person,
yes.
More of a snake or something else, and then at that point, you just have to cut your losses. You're all right, back to the dating pool of girlfriends.
It's literally so similar to finding a boyfriend in LA.
It is.
It's the same thing, friendships, relationships, you can get ghosted by both.
Yeah.
You can, find out they're lying to you. You just never know.
Exactly. You have to play it. You have to play the field of friends.
Yes. So I don't know if you've been to New York often or whatever, but I have been one time now, and I loved it. Mm-hmm. I have one friend out there, and we kind of went out, and I just met so many new people, and I actually found it easier to make friends there.
Really?
Yeah, than
Why
I did
is that?
here. I don't know if maybe the one friend that I had just had good friendships and connections, so whenever I went out, I met those good, nice people. Mm-hmm. Or maybe because it was all new, but I really, really enjoyed New York. The only issue is people are a little less friendly there.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, because I'm such a bubbly, smiley person.
Yeah.
A few times I was like, oh, does this person hate me? But they are nice. They're just not fake and upfront, if that makes sense.
That's good. Yeah. Even if they have a more cold demeanor, if they're more genuine, that, yeah. I feel that kind of is a little bit more genuine rather than being over hi, and then end up being a bad person.
Yeah.
But we better not lose you to New York. I don't want you to move.
I'm I'll just go part-time. No?
Yeah, exactly.
So whenever you're looking for new friends, is there anything you're looking for as oh, wow, this would make a great friendship? And then are there things that you see in people and you're oh, no, not for me?
Absolutely. So I've been in LA for 5-6 years now, and I feel I have a good read, but the green flags that I would look for in a friend is matched effort. If I'm consistently hitting, I'm oh, let's just say I met you out on the weekend, and I'm hey, would you like to get lunch this week? Sure. Or they don't respond, or they push it off, and I'm okay, if they want to see me just as much as I want to see them, then they're interested in being my friend too. So that's a good green flag. For a red flag that I've noticed, I've actually experienced this, is looking for their friends. See, do they have any long-term friendships? Do they bounce around from friend group to friend group, even though they've been in the city for 10 years? Why don't you have a solid group of girls around you? Little things like that, that's what you have to pay attention to.
Another red flag that I pay attention to is when they're trying to hang out with me. Are they trying to hang out with me when I have cool events coming up? When I'm going to be around certain people that they might want to be around?
Yep.
But if I invite them to just a chill girls' night and they don't want to come, but they want to go out to the fun events, that's a red flag. 'Cause it's like, you don't really want to be with me or spend time with me. You want the connections and whatnot.
Right. They just want to be your plus one on the red carpet.
Yeah, literally. They're just trying to meet me and, keep crawling to the top.
Exactly. And then once they use that, then they'll jump to the next. And then at that point, you're just like, what a waste.
Kind of what you were saying, like bouncing around from friend group to friend group. Same vibe.
Red flag.
Yep, red flag. We would love to hear more of like your red flags, green flags in friendships. So send me a message, send Lauren a message, and we can chat about it. Maybe you can give us some tips on what to look out for in the future.
Definitely. Let us know. We're interested.
So you mentioned before that you lived in LA for 6 years, so obviously you moved from somewhere else. Do you still have friendships from childhood, and how have you been able to, go from that to your friendships here?
So the answer is yes. I have friends that I have known since like 3rd grade. So we grew up together, we saw each other through high school and college and then onward. And I have always made it a point to really stay close with my day ones, the people that are like, knew you growing up, all chapters of your life, all stages of who you are as a person. And those type of friendships I really value. So I definitely hold close to those. Some friends will fall off, here and there. But I met my friends currently in LA the first month I moved here. And we've been inseparable for 6 years.
That's
crazy, I
yeah.
definitely put a big emphasis on continuing relationships that are important, because friendships, at the end of the day, they're everything, right? Like, I would not be the woman that I am today without my friends. They have shaped me, they have supported me. And my opinion is, I feel like as women, we're taught to put an emphasis on relationships with males, right? Like, start a life, find a husband, get married, have children. But through all of that, your friendships are so important because they see you through those chapters. They see you through whatever curveball life throws at you, whether it's family, breakups, divorces. Friends are crucial because they pick up the pieces, they can heal you, they can teach you how to trust again, they can remind you that you can rely on other people, and they can just recenter you and bring you joy. So I feel like there's an unsung joy of platonic love, which is friendship. And I feel like that is the easiest form of a lifelong love.
Like, coming off of that is, people were saying, so Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. I'm single. And I had so many people, why do you like Valentine's Day? You're single. I have spent my Valentine's Day the past few years with my best friends because I love them. Like, love does not have to be a relationship love, Right. I really enjoy the love and the friendships that I have because I can count on them for anything. Like, if I'm sad, I'm happy, they'll be there for me. And you can't always count on a man to do that. So I was like getting offended when people were like, Valentine's Day, like, you like that? You're single. Yeah, I love that. I have friends that I love, and I want to do things for them. I want to get them gifts, and I want to go to dinner and celebrate the love that I have in my life.
I love that. I'm the same exact way, because that's the love that really never hurts you, or at least like if you pick the good friends, that love doesn't break your heart. That is the lifelong love, and celebrating that type of love is underrated. So
100%.
I have a Galentine's party every year. Every year, and I do like this huge spread with all this like heart-shaped food and like little strawberries and hearts, little tomatoes, like whatever it is, like a bunch of finger food, and then have the girls over, have wine. We all wear like red or pink PJs.
That's what I did.
Yes, and we all get each other presents. Like, we put a budget on it, and we're like, just like little things, little thoughtful things. And this past year, since all the girls are single in my friend group, we did it on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Yes. See, that's so important to me because everyone thinks like, I don't have a Valentine. Like, I don't care about it. Well, hopefully you have good friends.
Right.
And you can just experience love with people other than sex.
Exactly. Girl, talk about it.
It's not about just going to dinner and bringing flowers to someone because you want to hook up with them. Like, it's about actual love.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more.
So you mentioned you loved having girl time. What do you guys normally do? Do you like to go out? Do you like to stay in? Like, what's the best girls' night for you?
It's a mix of both. So it depends on what the group is feeling. Like, usually if it's during the week, so we make it a point to see each other, have one girls' night every single week.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
It's either Monday through Friday, and then the weekends we'll do something together, obviously because you go with your girlfriends, and it's the same friends. So we usually choose like a Wednesday or a Thursday, whatever works better for the girls, and we get in our cozies, we have wine, we have cheese, maybe a girlfriend will make dinner, and we rotate houses of like who we do, like who hosts. And then on the weekends, that's the time when the girls are out, you know? Like, that's a whole different,
You're outside.
That's a whole different story. So we are dressed to the nines, you know, we're drinking a little bit, we go to a nice dinner, go meet some people, meet some boys maybe. And then the next week for girls' night in the house, then we talk all about it.
Yeah, it's like the recap time.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah,
and just like the catch up of like what's going on in your life over the past week.
I agree. I'm the same. I really like traveling with the girls and going out. Like that's my favorite thing is like getting a few girls and you travel and you go to like different cities, different states, whatever, and then you go out there. And that's where you get to meet men, you get to meet new friends, you just don't know anyone, so you feel more of like being out there in yourself. That's how I am. But on the typical, like I'm usually just at home chilling. We can watch movies on the couch, order food, do whatever. I think that's like the best girls' night. Like I like cuddling. I'm like, I have my friends over. I'm like, hey, we're all gonna cuddle on the couch. Let's hold hands and watch a movie.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you say that because I do the same thing. I'm like, if we have a sleepover, I'm like, everyone's cuddled in the bed, and we're just like, this is fine.
I'm like, oh no, you're not going to the guest room. It's in here.
Yeah, exactly. But my bed is empty. So like, what are you doing?
I'm confused. Yeah. So are you one of the girls that disappears when she gets a boyfriend from her friends? You know, they don't hear from you anymore, they never see you anymore, or are you really good at managing both relationships?
I would never, ever cut off my girls.
Okay.
Because they have seen me through many men, right? So
Yeah.
if you cut off your friends and then you give your all to the relationship and you're with the man, if you and that man don't work out, your friends are gonna be like, oh, so now you're back. Welcome back. Like they'll obviously accept you back, but it's like that damages the relationship a little bit. So I put a lot of emphasis on making sure that my friends are a priority. Like I'll have a date night. If I have a boyfriend, I'll have date night on Friday, but I'll have girls' night on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like always put the girls first.
I think a lot of people get wrapped up in relationships and they kind of forget about their friends. I've been single for a hot minute, but when I was seeing someone, I only saw like them there's only 2 days a week or 3 days a week that I would see them, and then my friends the rest of the time.
Yes.
Because I also would just get so bored and over it if I'm with them 24/7.
Yes.
I need my friends. Like we gotta talk shit. Like I need my girls to talk
Right?
shit.
Exactly. And you need to like vent about the problems in your relationship or like, get advice or whatever. Like your friends are necessary. I feel like they're a good addition to a relationship.
And you can have nights to where you all go out together. It's like, okay, me and my boyfriend want to go to dinner and then go out to the lounge, club, whatever. Like, do you and the girls want to come? Like, there's going to be other guys there. It's like a group thing. It doesn't have to be separated. I think a lot of people think they keep their friends and their boyfriend like separated. And that's a little odd to me. You should all, if I love you and I love you, why can't we all love each other?
Exactly. In my friend group, we like to make sure that our friends are also friends with our boyfriend. Like, if they want to, like, if I wasn't there and they were left alone for a bit, they'd be super comfortable. They like hang out, know each other. Like I want my friend's opinion on who this man is, like to them. And it's funny because in my past relationship, so my group of girls, we've been solid for a long time.
Yeah.
But in our past relationship, we brought the boys and we'd all hang out together. So it's like her boyfriend, and my boyfriend, and like us girls. And then the men all hang out and then they become best friends.
See, there you
go. So it works out like as a group setting every time.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think that's really, really important to be able to have your friends, your boyfriend, all together as one.
Yes, exactly.
So this is a question, a lot of people, it's a big debate, okay? Nobody will ever agree on it. But do you think girls and guys can be just friends?
That's a tough one. I want to say yes, because I know like you can work with the opposite sex and keep everything platonic. Like there is possibilities. It depends on like who the people are, but a lot of the time somebody's gonna get a little bit of sexual tension built and then maybe pursue or like secretly fall in love, and then it's just gonna disrupt the whole friendship. You know, what do you think?
I think it really does depend on the person, but I think you can be. I think I have guys that I would be like, they're my friends, and I would never want to cross that line or make anything weird, and they have never been weird towards me. But we're not hanging out doing romantic things. I think you can have guy friends and maybe just don't do like one-on-one movie night, things that, but you can have friends and all hang out. I think most people see the issue as the men. Men tend to want to hook up with girls more than girls want to hook up with guys. But You can see it. So if I'm hanging out with a guy and I think he's just my friend and he's being weird or giving me vibes, I'm not going to consider him a guy friend. But I do have guy friends that I know I could be alone with and they would not be weird or not try to make me uncomfortable in any way. And if I had a boyfriend, they would respect that.
Good.
So I really do think each person is different.
Very much so.
Yeah. So going off of that, what do you think of being in a relationship and having a friend of the opposite sex? So whether your boyfriend has a female friend or you have a guy friend, what are your opinions on that?
It's a sticky situation. Real sticky. So if they've been friends for a long time, I feel like when I go into the relationship, who am I to tell my partner that he can't be friends with who he wants to be friends with? If there's been a history there, or if there's you see something, you catch something when you're together, and you get a little sussed out, then the conversation will arise. But I have been in a relationship where I've kept friendships with other men, and it was very platonic. So I feel like it would only be fair to your partner to allow them the same opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. My boyfriend a few years ago, he had a best friend, female best friend, and I was all about him. I don't really care. You guys have been friends longer than I've known you. That's not my place to tell you can and cannot be friends with someone. But if you start to see things that are triggering, or if they're inappropriate towards one another, even if he's not acting on it, even if she's just oh, you look hot today, little things, that's when no. But if you both are respectful, I don't see an issue. I do have a guy best friend that I live with, and obviously I have dated people and seen people, and if I'm seriously talking to someone, they obviously are gonna meet. And after because guys are questionable in the beginning, after they meet him and they see the vibe, they're oh, okay, everything's good here. But yeah, I think each person is different. Once again, you just never know, and you need to see the vibes. Usually us girls are pretty good at seeing and knowing what other girls want.
We got the radar.
Yeah, we can look
at
at
and see it immediately.
Yeah, we're okay, she does not like this.
Yeah.
That's not just your friend, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. And then he'll be what do you mean? No, she's not. No, I saw it.
And you look and she's sending nudes.
Yeah, exactly. See, we know.
Yeah.
But you're a walking example of how that could be possible.
Yeah.
So there it is.
There's possibilities out there.
Yeah,
everyone.
depends on the person.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Lauren, for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
And then if you want to ask her questions, ask me questions, you can go to Lauren's page.
Yeah.
And her other socials are?
So my OnlyFans is @LaurenBlake. My Instagram is @LaurenBlake with 3 E's at the end, and same with my TikTok.
And there you go.
Come hang out.
Stay tuned and see you guys next time.